What's good, people? Surprise. Last time I played this was in June. Ugh. Hope everybody's doing good. Turn this around. Loading time. Hello there, what's up? I have no idea what I was doing in here. Well, I have a map. Nice, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm going to assume I was looking for something. Yeah, it's been a few months since I've played this. Yeah, I have no clue. I think... Let me check something here. Yeah, I got the music like way down. Turn it up a little bit. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I think I also have some mods on this too. It's like better sounds or something. Hello, sheep. Yeah, all the plot games. What's going on? Yeah, I figured I would play this because it's been a fair amount of time since I've played it. Oh, wait a minute. I saw the white dot on the map moving. Is it this way? Or is it this way? Oh, okay, so it's going to be that way then. Alright, I think I get it. Yeah, I'm also ways out from my house, too. Only about 5,000 blocks or so. Yeah, I believe I had gotten this because I was looking for... what is it called? Hello, Bat. Woodland Mansion. Yeah, because I hadn't found one yet in this world. Yeah, so it's going to be this way. Now, then again... I think it might be this way then. Hello, cow. Alright, I have an elytra, but I didn't have... I wanted to put mending on it, but I needed to get a book. But in order to get that book, I need to get some more emeralds. So I have a villager that has mending available, but it's like 30 something. A little expensive. Yeah, I wish it was that cold over here. We still have like a... Well, it's a tail end of a heat wave. It's been pretty hot the past couple of days. I just want to find... Never need a boat ever again. I'm actually glad I got those boots. Skip around a little bit. Oh yeah, I should probably play that. Oh, I do want that temperature. I absolutely love the winter. I despise the summer. I wish we had like Arctic weather like year round. I do not do humidity. That's why. I think I could go more this way. Yeah, I absolutely despise humidity. Wow, this is a pretty good generation. Interesting cave generation. Don't mind the drop. Partial lush cave. Yeah, jump. Ah, I could land in the water. I don't see anything that's needed. No, because right now I'm just looking for a woodland mansion. Decent cave though, but yeah, the one I have at my spawn is better. Okay, there you go, I jumped. Alright, let's see if we can safely get across that way, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot. I'd say the name of our pillows, but I don't know what they are. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything over here. Alright, let's go that way. Just find a way up here. Alright, Alright, that makes it easier. And we're out. Yeah, I had gotten the Frostwalker boots, especially for this, so I don't have to worry about the water. Not seeing anything, though. And not having any luck. Yeah, it's Aoife, Roran, and Bennett, and he is with Mualani and Chaska. Yeah, I saw the notice earlier. And I already knew of these banners before Nefa, so... Yeah, definitely a good set of 4 stars with this upcoming banner. I agree. Yeah, so I did partially mention... I kind of hinted that I knew about this banner because I had talked about Chaska and wanting her. And getting her would be based on my luck with Inefa. Yeah, and it's a pretty good one too, because I believe this is I think it's Mualani's third and Shaska's second, I think. Either way, it's a good one all around because both of the characters are really good, and all three of the 4 stars are good. Gonna go more this way. I just want to find this mansion already. Tiny pig. Alright. Yeah. And I'm playing on easy too, so I don't have to worry about the mobs. I don't feel like dealing with that. Alright, let's see. I think that way more. See some more goofy generation here. Ah, here we go, we got a village. Yep. Let's see if we can find anything. Nope, nothing here. Let's see if we can get some emeralds. No chest. Go into this so I can actually see. A couple of farmers. I think this one has a chest, right? Dude, it's like in the afternoon. Wake up. Oh, I got a bundle bag. But nothing that I'm looking for. Stupid ads. Alright, let's see. Alright. Yeah, I can just go this way. Yeah, what I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to, yeah, I wish it was cold out here. Yeah, I'm listening to the Dew and hearing Dallas, and I think that's Yummy. Yummy, Dew, Dallas. Oh, and McNasty. Yeah, this way. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I didn't see much in this one. Kind of a boring village. Alright. Would be nice if this was like much closer to my spawn. Yeah, thanks for the stopping by. I appreciate it. Hello, lava. Alright, okay, more of a plains. Need to find like a safer way down. Not going that way. Let's see. Come on, game. Why are you lagging so much? Alright, there we go. Okay, pretty safe to get down. Alright. All we need is a... Oh, what is that biome called? It's like something forest. Dark oak? Another village. That was close. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's also possible it's in the other direction too. The negative x-axis. I only just happen to pick a direction and just go. It would be cool if it had coordinates on the map though, but it didn't. Yeah, because I was thinking if I go like 20,000 something blocks and still not find it, it's probably in the other direction. Which is going to be kind of unfortunate. But I guess we'll see. Could have also done this in the Nether too. I could have just traveled through that. But I don't mind traveling in the overworld because you can usually find some pretty decent things along the way. So I like to keep an eye out for the desert temples, because you usually find some good stuff in that. And we usually find some pretty interesting terrain generation. Alright. Zoom out a bit so we can see. Not seeing anything over there or there. Alright, looks like we got a little bit of ocean travel. Yeah, it's been a while since I've started this world. It's been maybe about a year and a half maybe. Definitely longer than some of the previous worlds, because what I usually do is that sometimes I play for a bit and then I burn out, and then when I get back into playing again, I restart a world by deleting the old one and starting over again. And I've done that several different times. But I think it was sometime this past year where, I figured I should probably stick with the world for a while. Because it was almost like every couple of months, too. I would play, burn out, then get back into playing by restarting the world and then doing it all over again. The only thing I'm seeing is that ocean monument. And I'm seeing the swamp. Seems this terrain would load a little bit faster. Let's see. There isn't anything we need here, so we can pretty much just go right through. Alright. Hit one of the vines. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Yeah, because I'm also thinking, it's like, do I want to... It's like, when I do eventually turn around and head back to spawn, There are a couple of different ways I can actually do this. I can find a way to make an ender chest, because I don't think I have... Oh, maybe I do have one on hand. I do have a bunch of shulker boxes. I don't know if I have one available. I can't remember if I made any beforehand. Because what I would do is, if I'm traveling like way out, I would take an ender chest and place it down, put, you know, stuff that I've collected along the way inside it, and then kill the character so that I can respawn at spawn. Also probably destroy the bed too, because that kind of changes it too, but I did destroy the bed earlier, so I would... Right now, if I were to die in this, I would respawn at the game spawn. Would be different if the bed was still placed down, though. Yeah, I'm betting if it is in this direction, it's probably still a ways out. 'Cause it's only 9,000 blocks. It really isn't a lot in this game, because you can travel, obviously, quite a ways. So I've traveled more in my previous worlds. So 8,000 blocks is nothing. A couple of worlds where I've had to spawn house like 20,000 blocks out. Only just because. I like the exploration. I would pick a direction and just head straight that way. And pick up stuff along the way. And that's probably why I burned out so much too, because I would pretty much just pick a direction and just go. Place this so we can see. Alright, this way. Raised Savannah. That doesn't, partially it looks like a mesa, but it's not that high up. I think I'll have to go this way, because I don't think I can go up that way. Yeah, pretty much just gonna go right into a Savannah. Yeah, because see, I've already traveled 500 blocks. It really isn't nothing. And I'm only just running too. It could definitely go faster if I had a Elytra. Or even faster if I went through the Nether too. That's always an option. I do have a bit of a network in the Nether, but still kind of small. Hello, chicken. A little bit of goofy generation over there. Probably check that out and see if we can find anything. Yeah, so off and on, I've been playing Minecraft for quite a while. I want to say... I don't know if it was the Halloween update. I want to say like 1.8. It's been a while. I originally started playing on the Java version of this. Back when I still had a pretty decent computer. Because I was also playing Terraria too on there. Yeah, I've definitely been playing those for a while now. I eventually switched over to console because my computer couldn't handle it. Well, that hasn't been too bad. Because back then there weren't as many changes between Java and Bedrock. Because they weren't even called that back then. It was just called Minecraft. The whole Java and Bedrock thing is more of a new thing within the past couple of years. I don't think... Yeah, I don't have it. I thought I had a telescope on me, but I don't. Well, let me... Hold on, I don't think it's that one. I had a toolbox, but I guess I don't have it on me. What's in this? Oh, I do have a mending book. Why do I have this on me? Maybe just an extra one, because I thought I had a tool shulker box. Lighting wood. A couple of empty ones. Yeah, I guess I didn't bring it with me. That's kind of unfortunate. Which means I do not have an ender chest, which means I'm probably gonna have to make one from scratch. I just gotta find some diamonds and some obsidian. It's pretty easy though. Collect anyway. Alright, let's see. See if we can find that terrain generation, because it was like way up. Head to the right here. Yeah, so it hasn't been like a continuous play with Minecraft. I've definitely played like off and on. But I did originally start on the Java version of this. I'm pretty sure it was around the Halloween update. I don't know if that was the one that I started on, because back then I was watching Paul Soares Jr. when he was doing his Survive and Thrive series, and Etho when he was kind of starting out as well. Those two are definitely an inspiration for me playing this. Yeah, and as of right now, Etho still plays Minecraft. He had just posted a Hermitcraft episode. Paul Soares, I don't think he does Minecraft anymore. He's usually been doing like indie games and other things. And he's also been taking care of his family too, so obviously this is more of a part-time thing instead of a full-time gig for Paul. I don't think I have any coal on me, do I? No, so I'll just leave that. Yeah, so that was my inspiration for playing this. Pretty much watching Paul and Etho. And this was also way back in the days. Etho was invited to what was called Minecraft, which was a server of somewhat popular other people that played Minecraft. Because there was BOO and Generic B, I believe Doc MC was on that, Vintage Beef, some of the more well-known ones. I think Kurt J. Mack was also on that one too. But anybody that knows the history of Minecraft, that definitely changed a little, well, more than a little while ago. Because there were a few disagreements that popped up with Good, the owner. But I would imagine everybody's doing okay now. Because I think Good is still doing Minecraft stuff nowadays. And I believe Kurt J. Mack is still doing the Farlands or Bust. He's still working on that series. Yeah, and some of the other people I used to watch. I'm trying to remember some of the other people too, because you pretty much had like Team Canada. I think it was Etho, BOO, Generic B, Vintage Beef. They were Pause on Pause. I think that was another one. Yeah. I don't know if he still does anything. It's been a while since I've seen anything in Pause on Pauses. So I'm not entirely sure. B-Dubs and Vintage Beef are still doing Minecraft. Yeah, some of them have stopped over the years. Which is fine. Definitely happens. Especially if you're playing a game for like years. Because I know Etho's Etho is definitely getting up there. It's currently one of the longest running playthroughs of Minecraft. Not the highest amount, because there have been other people that have been making posts, but he's definitely one of the longest running Minecraft playthroughs for his Let's Play series. Yeah, because I could check right now. One moment, please. Yeah, because I could just check my subscriptions, because he's right here. The last one he did for his Let's Play, and I'm now in the ocean. He's currently doing the Past Life series, which is pretty fun. 593. So he has done 593 episodes of his Let's Play series. That's pretty impressive, too. But he also does a couple of side projects. He does Hermitcraft, which is pretty good. But he recently started doing this Past Life where a bunch of them pretty much play on the server where every time they start up a session, they're playing like a different version, which is actually pretty interesting too, because we, kind of see what they can do during that. All right, do I have a boat on me? I do not. I guess I'm going to be doing a little bit of swimming here. Hello, Dolphin. Yeah, Etho has definitely been an inspiration to a lot of people playing this. Alright, finally found some land. I don't know if I had the same with Terraria, because I think I started playing that before I had watched anybody else play that. Even though some of these people mentioned have played Terraria as well. Several years ago. I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago. Etho had a Let's Play on Terraria that was pretty entertaining, because he was playing with somebody else. I can't remember who it was. I'd imagine you can still find it. Nothing down there. Gotta watch out for that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really not having any luck for this. This Woodland Mansion. Yeah, I am definitely impressed, because Etho has definitely been playing this for so long, and somehow still is playing it. I would imagine he's felt burnout throughout the years, which is understandable. That's probably why he has like different side series, not just with his Let's Play, but with Hermitcraft, with Past Life, and a couple of the other ones. So, it will be pretty interesting to see what he does in the future, too. got some hills. I don't have any of that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that stands out. I'll have to keep looking. Alright, let me see what else is on here. I think I'll just put it on this. So many ads. I don't see anything. Probably something up here, but I'm not sure. I just want to find this woodland mansion already. Because I've been traveling enough. Between a couple of the winter biomes. Which means we're heading into a colder set of biomes. I would have liked to have more of the desert ones because I want to find some more of the desert temples. It's usually a pretty good pickup spot for materials. Especially with the TNT. That's usually a good one to get. And that's because I don't normally play with mobs on here. So that's usually my source of gunpowder. Or TNT, I should say. I can definitely farm for creepers, but I just don't feel like setting up a farm for that. I do have a potential spot for a skeleton farm, because I have a spawner pretty close to my spawn house that I can just use. I haven't tunneled to it yet. I haven't set it up, but I do know where it is, because I think I wrote down the coordinates for it when I did find it. It's just a little, I think it was near my house, but down like 20 or so blocks. I had to travel a little ways. Welcome back. Still traveling. Not having any luck with this mansion. Yeah, because I'm now more than 12,000 blocks out. Hello, wolf. My leg. Just gonna safely get down here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it would be nice if I could find this woodland mansion, but I was also thinking, it's like, if it's in the other direction, we might be in for a bit of trouble here, because I don't really want to turn around and then travel like 30,000 blocks just to find it. But I guess we'll see. I'm thinking this woodland mansion is definitely a ways out, because I've seen some of the maps that I've created on here, or some of the worlds. I've had some of these mansions be like 50,000 blocks out, so it's not something I really want to deal with right now. I don't want to have them too far out. Even though 50,000 blocks isn't too much, because I could always travel by nether, it's just something I don't want to... It could get pretty boring really quick, because all you're doing is just moving in one direction. But I will have to set up a portal. I'll have to write down the coordinates too. Yeah, I would just like to find this sooner than later. Mostly because I also want to have something to do too, instead of just traveling. Not seeing anything nearby though. Nothing that stands out anyway. definitely would like to have it sooner than later. Alright, let's travel this way a little bit. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. The fall. Nonchalant about what? The traveling? Well, for me, the traveling is 13,000 blocks. It's like nothing. If that's what you mean. I was also talking beforehand where I've been playing Minecraft off and on for years. I started around, I'm pretty sure it was around like the Halloween update. It's been a while. That's just how it is. I don't need to get too crazy about it. It's kind of a waste of energy. Hello, bunny. Yeah, and it just gives me a chance to, you know, put more effort into the games I'm playing instead of dealing with everything else. At least in an attempt to be a little more entertaining. And something is odd over there. What is that? Oh, it's a tree. I really wish I would just find this already. Because if it comes down to it, I haven't really found anything yet. So I could potentially just quit the game here and reload the save. And the previous save is like, what, 5,000 blocks out? Oh, but then again, it has the autosave, so I guess that won't work. Yeah, if I had shut the autosave off, that would have been fine. I forgot about the autosave. Funniest live streamer? I don't know about that. But thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, I could definitely try and be a little more entertaining. But it's kind of a time and place thing. Because I definitely... Hello, Ice. I don't know, it just ends up usually being more of like... Oh, I get to talk about this, and I get to teach people about stuff, like different mechanics and stuff, and I just end up doing that. I guess it's pretty much where I gravitate more, instead of being more funny or anything, which I don't mind. It's usually just how it is. Because in a way, it is kind of nice to have like a different perspective on things. Alright. I swear I'm not going to find this mansion. Probably going to find the Farlands before I find this thing. I don't know, it's got to be somewhere. Oh, we got a surface boat. It's been a little while since I've seen one of these. No, that's fair. Yeah, I'm not putting myself down. If it sounds like that, I'm not. No, I'm nowhere near perfect. No, I am really not forcing myself to do any of this. It's kind of why I'm... kind of explains the nonchalantness. I think the only time I was forcing myself was playing Horizon yesterday. Alright, let's see. We got a chest. Do we have another one now? Yes, we do. Place these here so I don't... let me place it. Alright, oh, you got coast armor. These are always good to get. Let's see. I suppose I could grab the chest, too. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I should have enough rum. Come on, game. Let me do the thing here. Alright, I gotta make a little space here. Yeah, I really wish I brought my toolbox here. Alright, so we're going to be getting a map. Oh, I'll take the books. I don't need the paper or the feathers. Okay, and treasure map. Okay, so since we have a treasure map, I do have a shovel. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll leave it. I will take that, though. Alright, so let's take that out. Swamp Explorer? Oh, I thought that was a woodland mansion. I'll keep looking anyway. Alright, where is this one gonna be? This way, maybe? Just gotta wait for the icon to change. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go... Okay, so I headed this way, so I'd imagine to the left. I'll just wait for them. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it's in this direction. Alright, let's see. Hello, polar bear. Alright, so it's going to be on the other side of this. Yeah, now for the fun part. I get to dig through a bunch of sand and hopefully find this. Okay, so farther over here. Isn't really anything else out here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that stands out. Alright, now we got to pinpoint this. Alright, let's see. Okay, so definitely in that direction. It's probably going to be at least midnight or whatever. Be nice if it was like surface level. Oh, sweet. That was an easy one. I've had a few that have been like tens of blocks down. Sweet. Oh, I love it. Oh, we got some TNT. Nice. Water breathing, don't need it because I have a helmet that has that. Harder to see, I don't really need, per se. But we found the treasure, so I'll just do what I usually do and leave the map inside that. We'll be taking that. I don't think I'll need that. I'll take the diamond, though. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty quick one. Yeah, that's usually what I do for those. When I get them, I just leave the map inside. Dogs are curled up in the ball. Nice. Alright, now for this one. Yeah, so I'm guessing it is a swamp then. Don't think I need any of that, so I'll just leave that. Just want to find out where this is. It's already so far out. I'd rather just do stuff at spawn, because I got plenty of stuff to do. So I gotta work on... Well, no, my bee farm is just fine. Probably just gather honey. I can always do mining near the spawn, because I also have a trial chamber that's like right next to it too, which I haven't really done yet, but I would have to change the difficulties. Alright, so it should still be this way. This way at least. Let me... I don't think I have... Yeah, I really don't. I wonder why I did that. Probably because I thought I wasn't going to be traveling that far. Let me just store some of this stuff away. Just so I have the space. Because I don't need it to be out, because I don't need any of it. There. Alright, so we're going with that. Yeah, I'm still only assuming I'm going in the right direction too. Interesting spot for stone. Oh, it's gonna be this way. Based on how I'm moving on this map, I'm pretty sure it's this way. It's just, it's so far out, though. It would be cool if we could get maps that showed us, like, coordinates. It would be easier, instead of just guessing which direction we need to go. But then again, if we look at, if it has the traveling icon on it, it makes it a little bit easier, because we could make a pretty good educated guess on, you know, which direction we need to travel. Weird sand generation right there. Alright. Yeah, this is just one of those places where I wish it was closer to spawn, because it's a ways out already. So just hit 15,000 blocks. And I feel like I am nowhere near where this is on the map. Nowhere close to where I need to be for it. Alright. Wolves are angry. Wolves are attacking a small turtle. Okay. I don't know why they would, but whatever. Let's see. I gotta be jumping that, so I'll have to go around. Around some more. Dog. Plenty of mushrooms if I need them. Good spot, if any. Alright, let's see. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I thought this was... If this isn't Woodland Manor one, because it did say Swamp Explorer, so I guess it probably picked out a biome for a swamp, but it's kind of odd though too, because we'd actually passed one along the way. I think the reason why I thought it was a Woodland Mansion because of the on the map it shows a little hut or a house, so that's probably why I was thinking Woodland Mansion. I would have rather had a Woodland Mansion because I haven't found one, not in this world anyway. Because if you're just playing normally without, talking to any of the villagers or whatever, you kind of have to explore to find one, and then find the right biome, and then hopefully you'll get the biome that actually makes a mansion. I think it's a dark oak forest. And that's only a chance of spawning one in, though, too. The mansion. So, definitely a bit of luck involved if you're just doing it normally. A little bit of a jump. Alright, should be good. Yeah, because they usually do have some pretty good loot inside. Because that's where we can get the totems. I usually don't worry about those because I'm usually playing on passive. Good to have though too if you're doing like construction high up. Building builds up near like build limit or whatever. It seems like we're going into a forest or a jungle. Maybe just a regular forest. Because the grass is turning like really green, but yeah, I guess it's just a regular forest. Nothing that way. Yeah, I'm thinking... Yeah, almost 16,000 out. So if I don't find this, then I'll probably have to turn back. Or I could just do the spawn kill method. But the thing is, I'll have to make an ender chest beforehand just so I can keep this stuff. I would also have to make sure the ender chest is like pretty much empty too, for the most part. Alright. Time for some more water travel. Yeah, the game itself isn't too bad. It's like I said before, I'd definitely play this off and on. It's one of those games where it does have plenty of content, but it's really easy to... For me, it's kind of easy to burn out because I have been playing it for a while. I mean, it does have some pretty good updates that we've had over the years. We just got an update to some of the copper stuff, like we have copper golems that we can get. And a couple of other copper recipes. I think we just had the armor, and there are some stuff that we can make with the copper items. Which isn't too bad, but it doesn't really... I could take it or leave it, honestly. Because I think at this point we're still waiting for them to update the end, but I guess they're either continue waiting to do that or not, pretty much, because we really don't know. This area looks a little swampy. Sort of. Maybe not. Yeah, kind of, actually. Hello, foxes. Oh, hello, here's another boat. Yeah, they're definitely not supposed to spawn like this. It's not the craziest generations for these, though. I've seen a couple of them that have like spawned like way up in the air, but that's only like the terrain generation below it. All of this is determined by biome and terrain generation. And then I think it places the boats either before or after the terrain is generated already. Alright, let's get an axe here. Grab some of this so I can climb up. Alright, let's go this one. Okay. Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy generations with these. Pretty impressive, though, too. Alright, fire protection, don't need that. Suspicious stew, don't need that. Don't really need anything out of this one, so I could probably just leave the wood in there. Good stuff is going to be in this one, then. Yeah, some more. A lot of coast armor trim. I think this time I'll take some paper, because that's actually quite a bit. And I'll take the map. Did we take... Yeah, I'll take that, too. Alright, I'm pretty sure it was this one. So... let's grab this shulker box, and we can place some stuff inside it. Alright, grab that, put that back where it goes, and we can take this, if I can actually go to it. Thank you. Alright, northwest a little bit, I guess. Okay, just gotta find... so this way. Yeah, so finding the directions for these isn't too bad. The only issue is having maps that have like a biome, or like I was saying earlier, the Woodland Mansion, like a ways out. So you kind of have to guess as to how long it's going to take you, because you really don't know. Because I have had some of these that have been like way out. I think the farthest one I've seen is like 50,000 blocks. And I'm sure there are ones that are like even farther out, like millions of blocks, that's just how it is. The farthest one for me was like 51,000 out. And I had to travel to the Nether to help me find it. That one took a while. So it's that. Guess it's like right there. Alright, see if we can find it. And this one, it seems like it's going to be underwater a little bit, so this one's going to take a little bit. No, this one's over here. Where? Oh, this is out and about. Oh, this is an odd one. I think this is the first time I've ever seen one that's like directly underwater. So I usually find these on like beaches. Well, it's a good thing I have a helmet that has aqua affinity and respiration. This will make it easier. Alright, so I just gotta... the issue is gonna be these shoes. So I'm gonna have to wait for this ice to break, and then I can drop down. Okay. Ah, you... what? Just gotta wait for it. There we go. Alright, so it's gonna be like right below. Gotta be somewhere here. Could be in the sand, but I guess we'll find out. Could also be underneath stone. I've seen these there as well. Alright, nothing there. Okay, good. Doing good respiration-wise. Okay, let's get like an approximate here. Because sometimes these are like a little bit off though too. Alright, so I'm thinking right around here maybe. Let's catch a little bit of air here. And now for the fun part. Because this could potentially take a little while too, but thankfully I have the tools. Okay, so let's get a few of these. You can also give us like a little pocket of air too. There we go. Alright. Yeah, this is a downside. Yeah, because this is opposite of the other one. The other one was pretty easy to find. This is where some of these can be pretty annoying because it's like underneath quite a bit of material. So it's definitely going to take a little bit because it could be like, I don't know why that broke, is not near it. Really could be anywhere. Yeah, I don't know how far down it would be. Let's see. I don't think it's out too far. Be cool if it was like right here, but yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, that definitely took a little bit. Oh wow, we got a full set? Okay, hello. Well, that's cool. I'll definitely take that. And we got that. Did I grab the other Heart of the Sea, or did I not? That's alright. Alright, so I'll just leave those. No, I don't need those. Cool. That, yeah. Definitely a mess. Alright, let's get another shulker box here. Okay, I'll deposit the rest here because we don't need it. Yeah, anything I usually pick up out of these, I just put back in the treasure box. And I usually never come back to these anyway, too, so I usually just grab stuff that I might want to grab when I want. Yeah, definitely a mess. Alright, head that way. Toss these because I don't need them. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. Got the map. Yeah, I really don't know how far out this is going to be. Alright. My ice is still on the water. Yeah, based on the direction of this, it really does seem it's going to be in this direction. Hello, Doc. A little bit of lag. Alright, here we go. Same boat, I believe, because you could see the rudder. I destroyed the rudder to get into it. Alright, so we are good to go. It'd be funny if that was another boat. Oh, there we go. We got the dark forest right here. Very nice. Now, the odds of giving a woodland mansion to us is kind of low. But it's not 0. So, why don't we grab a little bit of sand here so I can make a tower here so I can take point. Climb up a little bit. Alright, I just need like a stack or 2. Alright, climb up here a little bit so I can see what I'm... Just so I can see what's around here. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, that should be good. Alright, yeah, a lot of sand. Okay, so it was a partial one that kind of got split in half. Because more of it's over here, but it looks like this was... I don't know what this biome would be. A beach, I guess? Doesn't seem like it's a desert because it's too close to the other ones. And these forests right here are usually in the part of the colder climate, so this can't be... It's probably a beach biome. A tiny little bit of dark forest right here. Some more over there. Yeah, definitely go this way. Alright. Yeah, I'll keep a stack of sand on me for now so I can do this again farther over that way. I'll leave some of this because I don't need all of it. Alright. Yeah, I usually don't find too many of these biomes. I usually don't go too far out farming for specific ones. Unless it's something like really specific. Woodland Mansion is pretty much one of the few exceptions. Yeah, this one was definitely broken up a little bit. And the forest is still going, so let's go here. See if we can see anything over here now. Alright, there should be enough. Yeah, definitely a forest, but it looks like it stops. Yeah, I think it might be a little too small to spawn a mansion, which is kind of too bad. I think it definitely could have, but yeah, I don't see one. Because from the air, they're pretty easy to spot. Alright, down we go. Alright, let's see. think I'm gonna head more this way. And then to the west. Yeah, it would be cool if it was the next biome. Haven't really seen a couple of boats, saw an ocean monument. Haven't really seen too much traveling this way. Saw a couple of villages, but yeah. Did find a cave that had some pretty interesting generation to it, which was nice. Yeah, but this is usually how it is with my traveling in here. Travel for like tens of thousands of blocks, and hopefully we'll get a desert with a desert temple, or maybe a jungle temple. I got a birch forest. How early? Hey, what's going on? Hey, didn't expect this one. Yeah, I had a little bit of free time, so I was gonna stream for a bit. So I'm currently uploading some of the last episodes of Ghost of Tsushima that I have. Playthrough is not over, but I have up to episode 43 that I gotta upload. Wow, 1,000 for an HP stat. That's really good. That had to have been at least 3 or 4 on that one. That's really good. Yeah, especially for Siegewayne. Definitely fantastic for an HP character. Yeah, good for you. That's really good. Yeah, 3. Yeah, and get like an HP bonus on top of that. Ooh. Yeah, I think ER would be good for... Yeah, ER. Nice. 12% ER. Yeah, that's pretty solid artifact. Yeah, glad to hear it. It's definitely nice to have an artifact that's like pretty fine-tuned for a character you're working on. Because I've been pondering what I should give Chi-Chi, and I think I have an idea. I was going to give her... Now I'm forgetting the name of it. Which one was it? It's not Maiden's Beloved. It's the other heal bonus one. I think it's Yearning. As you heal, you get a buff to attack based on the amount you heal. That's what I'm going to be giving Chi-Chi. So I have to get an attack, heal bonus. That artifact set. I was farming that domain earlier, but I didn't find any worthy pieces for her. But yeah, the Yearning artifact set is what I'm going to give Chi-Chi. So I've been trying to figure out like what would be the best one for her. There are a couple of good ones. I could give her Maiden's Beloved, but I kind of want to give her a little more oomph when it comes to everything else. Because she doesn't really need the healing. I have healers that can do that. Why she wants 65,000 HP. Hey, that'd be good to see on Siegewayne. I've seen that on Nilou and Zhongli, so... I don't know what her secondary stat is. Like when you're ascending her, it's like which one is going up, so you can probably base it off of that too. Oh, so if she gets the heal bonus is the Ascension stat? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could also double check the fandom too, because they're pretty good with that. Oh. HP. Yeah, what I meant by ascension stats is that usually characters have two stats that they're HP, not heal bonus. Yeah, the characters usually have two stats that they work with. For example, Emily, she is an attack-based character, and the ascension stat that we see get built up over time when we're ascending her is crit rate. So it gives us a chance to kind of work with that a bit. And it's different for some of the other characters too. What is that? Oh, I think that's just dirt. Go to Savannah. Yeah, the HP is ascent. Yeah, that's pretty good. 43,000 is definitely good. And that's not a fine-tuned artifact set, too. Just wait until you're, like, actually done building her. She's probably going to be much closer, like, 50,000. 46k with Hydra bonus. Yeah, that's still pretty good. Yeah, because I think if I had gotten the Siege Wing, I would probably do kind of like that dual, yeah, the HP support, because I'm usually doing that, but probably like a sub DPS setup. Kind of similar with what I do with Mona. So, in a sense, you could probably give her Nymph's Dream, too, because that would help with the, oh yeah, the bow. Yeah, the bow is pretty good. HP-wise, because I think it's one of the higher HP stat weapons that we've gotten. Unfortunately, it's off the weapon banner. And I have... not sure when we're gonna get Siege Wing again. It's been some time since we've had Siege Wing on the banner. At least 6 months or so, because that was when I had gotten it. Maybe more, maybe 6 or 7. Yeah, and that's fine. Ocean Hued is more of a niche artifact set, because I had given that one to Barbara. It does work for what I want Barbara to do, because that kind of turns her into like a pseudo DPS. But with Siege Wing, yeah, I can see why you're not wanting to do that. And that's okay too. That gives us the, you know, the option to try out different builds. Kind of like why I was going to go with Yearning for Chi-Chi. I think that's what the artifact set's called. I could be wrong. I just want to find where this map leads me. Oh, there we go. 4-star in disguise. Well, what I have to say about that when it comes to characters that are like, people say they're bad, it's really just a skill issue. I mean, a lot of people told me, well, they didn't tell me, but a lot of people said that Dia was horrible. She's not. She is absolutely not. And I kind of wanted to do the same thing with Dory. I haven't really had a chance to prove that because I've been busy with other characters. But yeah, Siege Wing is also another character that does some pretty good setups. Because I would imagine her heals are actually pretty decent as well. And all of this is also based on like Constellation 0 characters as well. So you got to imagine, if you have a couple of constellations on some of these characters, then they're even stronger than most people would realize. Because I've seen some fully built characters. I've seen a C6 Dea, and she is crazy good. So you can just imagine how a C6 Siege Wing would be. That one I have not seen, because I usually don't run into that character a lot. Yeah, I would definitely like to see it. Siege Wind is one of those characters where I don't see. There's a lot of people, I guess, are, yeah, like you said, are pretty much on the fence with her. Yeah. Yeah, if you do go for a C6, and I wish you good luck. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything over here. Not seeing anything. Yeah, I hope you get Klee as well. Yeah, because that's another thing too. A lot of people don't like Klee's playstyle, and I kind of understand that. I understand why, because for a Catalyst, she is kind of slow when it comes to like normal attack, which I do get. But the offset to that is that she does some of the strongest burgeon damage with her attacks. So you definitely see the balance when it comes to that. And she also has some pretty good damage with her skill and burst as well. But if you set up Klee for burgeon damage, you're going to have one of the strongest characters on your roster. And there are definitely some builds for that. It's pretty much just an EM build with pyro damage. Yeah, Klee is another one where people tend to be a little iffy about. That's only because of the attack speed, but simply not use. You don't have any other pyro characters, do you? Because there are some pretty decent 4-star ones that are pretty good. I am not seeing anything in this forest. Hello, duck. I'll see one Diluc. No, I understand that. I have my Diluc as well, and I kind of wish I didn't get him. I would have rather have gotten Jean. Or maybe even another constellation for Dia. But, yeah, it is what it is. What about, is Diluc the only pyro character you have other than Arlecchino? Oh, Gaming would be a good choice. Yeah, give him like Golden Troop or something. Golden Troop on Gaming would be pretty good. I only have a partial setup on him using that one, and it's been pretty decent. Yeah, punch set. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that. I got some amplified friend generation over there. Oh, and a village. It almost looks like a house up there. I think it's just stone. Anything in the hole? No, just water. Yume Mizuki. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like her because of her playstyle, but then again, I think it also falls down to skill issue. Yeah, I enjoyed Mizuki when I had access to her trial character, and during her quest. I enjoyed her. She's pretty fun to use. I see a blacksmith. Steal your stuff, dude. Nice. Love it. I don't need anything in there. A couple of farmers. Empty. Hello there. Ooh, another blacksmith. Mizuki riding Wawika Farina. Yeah, I can see that team working quite well. You definitely got the reactions. You got the Raiden set up with the burst. You got Malwika doing like the damage, and you got Furina buffing. Yeah, I see that being a pretty solid team. Yeah, because you're getting Swirl, Electro Charged. You're getting a little bit of Overload. Yeah, I kind of like that team. Good choice. I suppose I could take the Iron. Don't really need it, but yeah. Check this one. Oh, he's still got plenty of space in this one. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. Especially with Furina. Yeah, because if you think... Well, I don't know if you have Lanyan, but Lanyan is like a budget Mizuki. She works pretty similar. She has a really good skill and burst. Yeah, I think a lot of people would enjoy Airstrike incoming. Tactical nuke inbound. Lanyan is a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah, so with Lanyan, she's based on attack. So you give her like an attack build, that's where a lot of her damage comes from. Especially with her skill and burst. Yeah, she's a lot of fun as a budget Mizuki. I think I go. Oh, I gotta go this way. This way. Yeah, I would. I would recommend Lanyan for a lot of Swirl teams because she is really fun to play as. Yeah, I'm sure you might be here tomorrow because I'll be streaming Genshin. I'll use Lanyan a bit tomorrow, just to show her off. There are a couple of different builds you could use with her because you could do like dual attack builds. Yeah, Mizuki is pretty much a set it and forget it characters when it comes to that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I'll try and remember. I'll lose Lanyan tomorrow when I'm playing Genshin. Because she is pretty fun to play as. Alright, just a ravine, but I'm not seeing anything yet. 21,000 blocks, still no getting closer to whatever this is supposed to be. Barrel, 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 barrel. Hello, horses. The worst standard character yet. Yeah, I agree. And it kind of falls to... I don't want to say skill issue because that is kind of harsh. A lot of characters you kind of have to figure out how to play. Let me think of a good example. Xinyan. Xinyan is a really interesting character because she's more based on physical damage instead of pyro. If you use Xinyan's burst, it actually does quite a bit of physical damage, and then it does like a couple hits of pyro damage. So she's one of the more goofy players to play as when it comes to physical damage. Don't need anything here. I do actually need obsidian so I can make a ender chest here. So I do have some diamonds. 4, Yeah, and I think people do need to realize that. It's like not every character is going to be like Arlecchino or Nuvolat. Because I think that's what a lot of people have had an issue with too. It's like they're always comparing it to some of these characters. It's like, you know, some of these characters are going to be niche. They're going to have their own play style, how to play. So you do have to... You have to give them a chance. I suppose I'll take the gold too. I don't really need it, but I'll take it. Alright, don't need the crying obsidian. Alright, so I just need 3 more pieces. Yeah, it definitely is unfortunate for some of the characters that I never used to, because I've also done the same with Lumine. The biggest thing that helped with her was getting access to Pyro. And that was definitely a game changer when it comes to the Traveler. Can you really call a character bad if I used them as in the trial? Yeah, and that's true too. It's like if you're only using them in a specific spot, it's like, yeah, I get it if you want to like do that one thing, but I feel you're going to give some of these other characters a chance too, because it kind of opens up, you know, more of the game to you too, because you get to try out, pardon me, you know, different teams, different reactions. Yeah, pretty much just different setups of teams. Because you get some pretty interesting combos, too. I'm not seeing anything of interest here. I think this one has a chest. Yeah, I definitely agree. You're going to give some of these other characters a chance. Because you will probably enjoy them. Yeah, garbage. And there's definitely no wrong way to build them too, because there's usually, of course, there's going to be like a very strong artifact set for one character, but you also might find like a different artifact set that also works with them as well. Yeah, because I've done that for a few of my characters too. I've done the physical build Fischl. And I think the biggest reason for that is, you know, because you can. And that's, you know, that's the fun part of it. You definitely get to play how you want. And that's what, you know, makes Genshin Genshin. Doesn't always have to be like one artifact set for one character. You can, you know, try out some of the other ones, because some of the other artifact sets here, you know, very interesting. You get some pretty cool setups that way. And that's why it's so much fun. Is that pirate damage? That was only because that was. Hello. Okay, watch out where you're going. Yeah, it was just some idea that I came up with, because I've always heard of, you know, Bennett being absolute garbage when you give him his final constellation because of the Pyro infusion. Now, with some characters, like Xinyan, for example, where she's, you know, based on physical damage, the Pyro infusion actually hurts her. She does less damage with Pyro if you have the physical build on her. That I get. But when it comes to other characters that you wouldn't even think of, that's when the fun begins. Because I had gotten that idea, you know, trying out Ayaka, and it just happened to work. You know, the crit rate, yeah, you do have to add a little bit more crit rate because you're not basing it off of cryo. You can still partially because of, you know, her skills, and then you could use her burst and then attack with the Pyro Infusion. So, yeah, so you just have to find a little workarounds. And that's, you know, that's where the fun part begins. You get to try something that would normally, you know, you would think it wouldn't work, but it actually does. Physical Skark. I only... I would imagine it would be possible as long as she's not doing cryo during her attacks. Because some characters kind of infuse themselves. For example, going back to Ayaka, if you use her alternate sprint, she actually gives herself a cryo infusion. I don't know if Skirk does the same thing, like after you use Skirk's skill, if you do like any infusion. So if she doesn't and she just attacks normally, then yeah, I could actually see, kind of like a physical setup for her, kind of working. So it's definitely possible. Hmm. 21,000 blocks. Still not getting this one. Yeah, and that's the thing though too. Yeah, you're gonna have to find out, if it's gonna be like viable. Because you could get like the base artifact sets. It doesn't have to be like anything perfect. You could throw like defense, whatever. And you could try out the 4-piece effects and see if a physical build would work. And then if it does, you can actually just build it from that. So you could definitely do like a trial run with it. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, because I can actually, continue talking about Ayaka. She's also partially physical build as well because of the Aquila sword. It gives a physical bonus. And because of that also having like the attack bonus, she actually does some pretty decent physical damage too. So it's definitely, an option for these characters. So it kind of makes them, more useful because you could try out different builds. Not just with the artifacts, but the weapons as well. So. Yeah, I think Skark would be pretty interesting to see if it would be viable. But there are some characters that probably wouldn't be able to do that because, sometimes the infusions kind of interfere with it. Like we were talking about C6 Bennett. His Pyro infusion does kind of take over certain ones. There are certain infusions that are not taken over. Like, for example, Noelle's Burst. That's like Geo bonus, Geo infusion on her. And Bennett C6 does not interfere with that, so that's kind of a nice one. But when it comes to other characters like Jinyan, where she doesn't give herself an infusion, the Bennett one takes... Yeah, and that's definitely true. You could probably try out, because I'm thinking it's like you could probably find a workaround with some of the true damage, but I don't think true damage is also considered physical. Because I think true damage is kind of considered its own type of damage. Because we do have some weapons that give true damage, so you could probably give them like a physical bonus. Yeah, you see where I'm thinking with this? Like if you give them a weapon that does like a true bonus, like that, what is it, Ashen Graved or something like that, it does true damage. So you could see if you gave them physical bonus, it would do anything to that, but... Yeah, and that's the thing though, too. They have like that... It's already a base... Yeah, Ashgraven. Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it's like a base infusion that they already have. And there are some characters that have that. Lanyan has that, for example, with her weapons. They are animo-based. Heizo is a great example of that because his attacks are animo-based. Wriothesley is a good one for that because his are cryo-based. So, yeah, that's where the physical damage isn't gonna happen at all. So, Yeah, and that's definitely something that could happen in the future, though, too, because yeah, I really don't know. We've seen, many different character types. There have been very few that we haven't seen. Um, we do know of Ino being a pretty interesting character because she is a Hydro Claymore user. So, yeah, and I think Catalyst would definitely be. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say if they would actually make a physical based Catalyst user because usually when you're thinking of Catalyst, you're thinking of, magic and the elements. So basing it off of that, they probably wouldn't do like a physical damage. They definitely could. They could probably do something goofy compared to some of the other ones, but yeah, definitely one of those oddities. I am going in the wrong direction. I was wondering why my yeah, and they're essentially just infusing themselves. Kind of like a elemental infused martial arts. So, yeah, because thinking of it like that, Catalyst sort of doesn't work, but it also does. Kind of like does and doesn't for Heizo and Risley. Because, you're not really seeing them use the book or whatever, but you're seeing them punch. So, yeah, definitely some goofy characters. Alright, back this way. Yeah, I think I got turned around. Alright, back to 20,000 blocks out. Yeah, that's definitely the fun part of it. Finding out goofy setups with characters. The Pyro Ayaka one was definitely hilarious. Because it is a pretty viable one. You give her a 4-piece Crimson Witch, give her a bunch of crit rate, and you're good to go. The only thing you need is a C6 Bennett. That's really the only requirement. But once you have that, all you gotta do is give her a Pyro build, and you're good to go. Yeah, definitely a fun build. I am glad I thought about that one, because it is pretty fun to use. I would like to fine-tune that one more. I just have to give her some more crit rate and crit damage. And pretty much her own Pyro set. Don't step on the flowers. I swear, this entire stream, I've pretty much just been traveling in one direction. Kinda wish I'd find this already so I can, move on. I just want to find this already. Oh yeah. Nothing. Alright. I don't see anything down there. Ugh. I wish I would hurry up and find this already, because I want to go back to spawn and figure out what I can do. Because I got a bunch of junk in my inventory I need to offload. when I do find this, if I do have to set up another portal so I can, you know, kind of link it up, and I'll have to write down the coordinates for it too. Alright, back into a plains biome. I'm gonna take a quick look here. I'm gonna climb up a bit and see if I can see anything in the distance. We also hear the wind, too. Alright. Got a ravine, a couple of pumpkin patches, if I need those. Well, that's the thing, though. There is a physical reaction. Shatter. If you have an enemy that's frozen and you hit them with a sword or claymore, that is a physical reaction. And it's called shatter. It's not used often, but yeah, there is one. And it can actually do quite a bit of damage. So if you have, for example, someone that you could get like a Hydro, get like Farina, and get like any of the Cryo characters, and you got frozen, and then switch to like a physical character like Xinyan, you could do some pretty good shatter damage. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of it. Yeah, it's just a reaction that's not often used, because you kind of have to set it up. You have to get an enemy that's frozen, and then switch. I think it's either sword or claymore damage. Or polearm. I think polearm would also work. Or I should say any of the physical weapons, I'd say. Maybe. Any of the physical weapons, I guess. Polearm, sword. Flinch. Concussion. Yeah, it would be cool if they added some more of the Dendro reactions that we've seen in the theater. Like Rhyme Biter. Or they take Dendro and Cryo damage. Because it did seem they were kind of testing it out. And this was a couple of seasons ago when it came to the... what is that? In the theater. I want to say that's a ruined portal, but that looks odd. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I was already here. What? That's where I got turned around? Oh, man. So I pretty much went 2,000 blocks. I went over to here, then I went 2,000 blocks back in that direction. Shenanigans. Ridiculous. Let's go. This is something new. Nope. I went around in a 2,000 block circle. So I'm gonna head this way. Yeah, and you can see my ice here too. It's still over here. So I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, it would be nice if that's what they were going to do with Cryo and Dendro. Get some of the ones that they kind of added to the theater. I do feel like that's what they were doing, kind of testing out new reactions. Because that's kind of like a game developer sort of thing. They kind of test out different mechanics and like events, and then they fully release them later on. Hello, Big Cave. Because they kind of did that with the boat. Way back when, they actually introduced the boat during an event, and then a little while after the Archipelago event, we got the boat fully in game. So I would hope that's what they kind of do here with that reaction, because Rhymebiter was doing some pretty good damage. Because you would get some combos to characters that you wouldn't even think were actually pretty good, because there hasn't been anything Cryo and Dendro related. Because you could get Nahida and Ayaka working really well. Or you could get like Yao Yao and Ganyu. Those two would pair quite well. But they would need, you know, the reaction to that. Oh, it's a village. Oh. Open up. DoorDash is here. No in this place. We're probably just going to find emeralds. I like the bed. What are you staring at, villager? Pretty much just garbage. Nope. Oh, just leather. I don't need any of that. I don't need a blast furnace. I already have a couple of those. Fox killed a bird. Yeah, I see that bird in your mouth. Tiny village. I don't need anything here. Physical hydro. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what would they be? Oh, another village. I'm not really sure, because physical... I don't know, because it's not necessarily... It's kind of non-elemental. It's more inert compared to the elements. It's not a bad idea. You could definitely find other reactions, because the only one that they do have is that, you know, the physical cryo one, which is Shatter. But they don't have any other ones. So what, Dendro physical would be like what, harvest? Or replant or something? I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a good what if though. I agree. It's good. Pretty good what if. Oh, I just want to find this house already. Almost 2 hours and I haven't found anything. Ah. Bam, bam. Let's see if we can find anything here. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, another ruined pull. Ooh, I'll actually take this one because I need the obsidian. Because I can make an ender chest, because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to head back. Because I'm not having any luck finding this, and I don't see a chest. I'm not seeing any chests. Ignite? Yeah, I don't know. And it's definitely where it becomes iffy. I don't need the gold, so I'll just leave that. Yeah, I was present. Let's see a chest. It might be underneath stuff. Alright, let's see if I can actually do this. Okay, so I have 11 here. Let me get some of these here. Make physical good again. Yeah, they definitely need to buff out some of the older reactions. Would be cool if they buffed up Shatter. Alright, so I do have wood, so I can make a bench. Actually, wait, was that... So that one was... that one. Well, I'm taking it now. Alright. Well, there are some physical characters. Like I said earlier, Xinyan is one of them. Xinyan is a physical character. Alright, crap. I need an Eye of Ender, not a diamond. Why was I thinking I needed a diamond to make an ender chest? I don't have any of those. Slight problem. I might have to do a little bit of traveling in the nether. Deposit those. I think I have... Ah, okay, yeah, so I do have flint and steel. And I'm gonna have to make a portal. That's unfortunate. Yeah, true. Then again, I actually would love to see Xinyan punch somebody. That would be pretty funny. Alright, I'm gonna have to write these coordinates down because these are actually ways out. I gotta figure out where I've been writing these. Is it here? One of these notebooks has a bunch of these because I have been in this world for some time. It's not this one. Is it? Let me turn that on. I don't think this one is out. Nope, not that one. Hello, village trader person. I don't think it's this one either. Nope, not that one. Okay, is it this notebook? Oh, hold on. Oh, is this it? New event alert? Oh, is it the one with the Yelan? So we had that start earlier. Alright, 22,630. Yeah, because if it's that one, I was going to do that one tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to do that one tomorrow, because I saw that one pop up this morning. And I was doing my dailies. And since I wasn't going to be recording any of the events anymore, I was just going to stream them. That way they're out there. The one exception was the one I posted earlier. I think I had it scheduled for noon. Was the Last Survivor. And that was because I had done it during the live stream last week. And it was the only time we actually got to see Citlali. Even though we didn't exactly hear her. It was still a pretty fun quest. So I decided to make a video on that one. Because it was pretty fun. Alright, 22630 and then minus 632. Alright, so now for their... Yeah, I would imagine she would be voiced. Yeah, because they have... As far as I know, they've gotten everybody back. As of right now. I would be pretty surprised if they had someone that wasn't voiced right now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they have everybody back. Because we've also heard Zach and Sarah, the English VA for the Traveler. The male and female Traveler, respectively. Alright, it doesn't really matter where I place it, so I'll place it like right here. Alright, 3, 4. Get out of the way. Well, we always have next year. I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to do the Sub-Zeros Festival again. We probably won't be around for that, but yeah, whatever. Alright, that works. I got some extra obsidian. Success! Alright, to the nether. I gotta figure out where I am in the nether too, because I probably have a bit of traveling to do. Yeah, whenever it comes out. I probably won't be around playing it though. Because I'm on the forbidden PlayStation 4 version. I'll still watch the content though. Yeah, I will say right now, I will still be watching the content for this game, even though I probably won't be playing it. Alright, wow, only 2,800 blocks. Alright, let me mark this location. Nether, which is 2827, then minus 84. Alright, so what do I have that's close by? I have a few portals for this one, but I don't think I have anything that's... I'm not seeing anything that's in this direction. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on this coordinate list. Alright. Need to figure out which way to go. I think I'll just keep the Z coordinate around. Probably 0. When it comes to height coordinate, it doesn't really matter. It's a 2,000 one I need to actually travel, so I gotta go this way. Alright, time to travel in the nether. Definitely easier to travel here, though, than the overworld, though. I don't mind it. Definitely gonna get some new generation here, because I believe I have not been this way yet. So at least for a few thousand blocks, it's gonna be pretty new. I'm gonna have to get some netherrack here. So I'm gonna have to platform a bit. Let me put that in here as well. Alright, okay, let's do this. Be careful with this too. Now watch them go for the gold. Greedy little bastards. No, so yeah, so I can explain that. Usually when it comes to 5-star characters and their skins, it's really only meant to advertise it. Yeah, you are correct. We do not get the 5-star skins for free. When it comes to the free skins, it's usually the 4-star variants. For example, the Bennett skin that we had just gotten in the Easy Breeze Resort, that one was free. But yeah, when it comes to the 5-star skins for characters, or I should say the skins for 5-star characters, those are mostly just for advertisement purposes. We do not get those for free. There is a discount for them, but that's it. And that's just how it is. Yeah, we don't get those at all. We only get them if we pay for them. Yeah. And it's always been like that, too. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, because I think Yelan's skin is also a... I guess what most people would call a 4-star skin. The only exception is Diluc's skin, which is actually gold. And that one's considered a 5-star skin. So... Yeah, just for advertisement. Advertisement purposes. Wow, it's hard for me to speak today. Alright, now all I have to do is just watch out for the lava. There we go. I also have to watch out for holes in the ground too. Yeah, because I've had a few times where I'm doing this in the nether, and I just happen to not pay attention to the floor. Wow. What are the odds? Yeah, I'll take that. Let me double check. I did not expect to see debris right here. Huh, cool. Sure, I won't say no to that. Yeah, so I've had some instances where I'm not exactly paying attention and I'm tunneling like this. And I've had like a hole in the floor where I just happen to go right through. And it pretty much just drops me in the lava. So I do have to be careful how fast I'm traveling. Yeah, I did not expect to see debris right there. Because I do have a farm spot for that. It's down near my nether hub. I have a section that's dedicated to that. It's pretty much just a long tunnel. But it's a little bit farther down towards the bedrock. See how long I have to do this. I'm gonna need a shovel for this. Okay. And also keep an eye out for anything of importance too. Wow, the lag. Wow, thanks, game. Game. Can I place a block? Thank you. Oh yeah. Alright, just sand right there. Yeah, because I just had an update for this too, but I think it was just a hot fix. Because I think it was only like, what, 300 something megabytes? I'm not sure what they fixed. Because it has been a little bit of time since I played this. Haven't really been paying too much attention to the updates for this game. Because I really just do play it like off and on. I got some quartz, but we don't need that for now. Wow, got some more debris. Hello. Getting pretty lucky with it. Getting really lucky with the debris. Sweet. I'm pretty good with the netherite stuff, but yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. So I think I still need to make, yeah, pants and boots. I don't need the main chest piece because I have an elytra. Definitely fortuitous. Alright. Okay, definitely more of a... okay. Not seeing much. Another one right here. Alright. Got it. It's because I'm too close to that one. There we go. Alright. I guess I'm falling. Thankfully there wasn't a hole. Or lava. Let's see. I don't see anything. So, we can continue on. Alright. Yeah, now for the slow part of this. It's nice that we can actually gather some of this first. Go for a little bit more, then I'll look around. Probably not going to find much. It's not hard to look. I don't see anything. Yeah, so I already do have a couple of spots in the nether. I have a main spawn point that goes in 2 of the cardinal directions. And then I have a staircase that just goes down to bedrock, and that's mostly just for farming netherite. Or at least the ancient debris for it. And then I have a couple of the directions, you know, peer off to like a different direction, and that's mostly because of the fortresses. And also overworld portals too. There are a couple along some of the paths that I have too. They go to like different places. Over the lag. Alright, not seeing anything. Yeah, pretty boring over here. Got some skeletal remains, but that is pretty much it. Yeah, because I think the closest one I'm going to get to... Let me double check my coordinate list here. The one I'm pretty much headed straight to is the Nether Hub. I think some of the other ones are like to the side, so I won't get those first. Because Nether Hub is like -5, and then 101 for the Z coordinate. So I'll be off a little bit, but I believe I'll probably get close to one of the directions where I've already traveled, so I'll probably run into a path. Should have enough netherrack for this. If I don't, I could just turn around and get some more. See some more bones down there. Okay, so get into a section where we can actually start building again. Or tunneling through. Not seeing anything. Okay. Pretty empty spot. Yeah, plenty of bones down there. I think I have another... Yeah, I got plenty of these. Alright. Yeah, I would have liked to have found that object on that map. I thought it was a woodland mansion, because that's the reason why I was getting those, but I guess it wasn't, because it did say swamp. I just don't know why it didn't point me to the other swamp, because traveling that way, we actually did run into a swamp, but I guess there was something else on the inside of it that we could have gotten, maybe. Or it might have been like a witch's hut, probably. Alright, just seeing the Crimson Biome. Not seeing anything. It's more skeletal remains that way. And pretty typical of this place. Yeah, some more remains. Nice! There you go. Nicely done. Yeah, I think C5 just ups her... It's either a burst or a skill. I think our final constellation... What does the final one do? I don't think it's... I can't remember. Some boars... Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's something. I want to say it's something for her burst. That might be wrong. I think I'm thinking of Kuching. Because with Kuching, it's like after you use her burst, she gets like a electro bonus or something like that. I can't remember what Fischl's is. Yeah, a lot of these constellations I can sort of remember, but it also depends on the character too, because sometimes I don't use them enough. Oh, okay, yeah, Oz's damage is based off officials. Yeah, either attack or electro. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, even so, C5 is... Oh, oh, my heart skipped a beat there. Definitely gotta look down. Oh, the nether is dangerous. Whew. Alright. Gotta be careful. I did not see that tunnel there. Whew. Alright. Okay, that should be good. Wow. Alright. Yeah, oh, excuse you, Piglin. Get out of here. Taking gold somewhere else. Yeah, even in passive mode here, the nether can be quite dangerous. And it's really just the environment. I do try. The biggest thing that's really annoying is the tool tip bar thing for the equipment. Especially if you have enchantments on. It kind of blocks, you know, right where I need to see. It does eventually go away, but yeah, that's one of the downsides of that. Do try and be careful with the other. Still got a ways out though. Alright, pretty much just a Crimson Biome. I don't see anything. Don't see anything there. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think who I'm working on now. I think it's your Chi-Chi. Emily's at a pretty good spot with Reverie, and she has Vortex. So she has a good enough attack for her right now. Same with an Nepha. I kind of want to wait for an Nepha, but... yeah, I think I'm mostly just going to focus on Chi-Chi, because I kind of want to give her that artifact set. Even though I got her Echo, I kind of want to give her something that's going to have her stand out a little bit more. Alright, I can barely see what that is. It's probably some more of the Crimson Biome. I don't see anything that... nothing of importance. Yeah. I don't really need a fortress, because I already have a couple of them that I've already found. Mualani is definitely pretty easy to build. You just give her HP. An Obsidian HP set, and you're good to go. Yeah, so pretty much... depending on which one you have more of, either HP Hydro Crit Rate or HP Hydro Crit Damage. Probably more crit damage because of the artifact set. So it's definitely a pretty easy one to build. Mizuki, I'm not sure what I would give her. Probably Viridescent. Viridescent is a pretty solid Anemo one to give to Anemo characters. Still not seeing anything. Second fragment. Yeah. Definitely a good choice. Yeah, because that one I gave... that one is actually pretty good for a few different characters, because I gave it to Nahida, because it gives you a chance to use the skill more than once. And Lanyan also benefits from that one too, and that's mostly because of the chance to use the skill again. And you can be pretty quick with her too, in Sacrificial. Even though it is EM based, Lanyan definitely benefits from having the chance to do multiple skills. Because like I said earlier, I could show off Lanyan tomorrow. Because she is a pretty fun character to build. Alright, back into the wall here of this court. Okay, just below 2,000 blocks. Some more quartz, but I don't really need that because I'm not farming it, but I'll take it anyway. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm pretty good on Netherrack, just in case I need it. I probably should have done this to begin with. I think I might have to do it later when I come back to Minecraft. Travel through the Nether first, see if I can find that. It's probably a witch hut, that's what shows up on the map, because it said it was the swamp. Travel through the Nether, pop out into the overworld, see if I'm close to it, or if I go past it. And if I do go down, I could probably hop back into the Nether and travel until I stop looking for it. Kind of missed it. There we go. Definitely slow going, but that's fine. I'm still alive in game. That is always a plus. Ah, so we get a warped biome over there. Nice. Let's see. I don't see anything. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think I was saying Crimson Biome because that's pretty much off a different area. I don't know if that is the right name for the biome. Yeah, I don't know. And nothing that stands out. Ba-ba. Would be cool if I could make this go faster. Alright, so pretty much heading into a warped biome, which isn't too bad. Don't need anything here, though. I don't see anything in the distance. Yeah, if I do see anything, I'll just mark the location and I can come back later. That's what the coordinate list is for. Yeah, so I think that's what I'll do when I come back through here. I'll just go through the Nether. Then when I travel like 100 or so blocks, I'll hop into the overworld, check the map, and if I'm not near it, I'll keep traveling. If I overshoot, I could probably stay in the overworld and travel backwards. Yeah, pretty decent sized warp forest. And sweet, we have a bastion over there. Let me check the list. So 1,600 out. I have found a couple of them. No, I don't have anything for this direction. Yeah, seeing the list here, I guess I do have that other portal that was in the overworld that's like 20,000 out. That is on the Z coordinate. Yeah, negative 178 and 22,000 out. Yeah, I don't have a bastion for this this side, so I could probably write it down. So we'll 1614 and negative 88. Negative 88. And I can come back later. Because I had already... There was another bastion that I already explored because I was getting the netherite upgrade. I had already got one of those. So I don't need to check out any of the other bastions, but it's definitely good to know where it is. We definitely find some stuff that might be useful later on. Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing that's over here is that. Seems like it's a pretty good sized one though too, so yeah, I can definitely come back. Alright, just keep on going. Okay, I believe I have others. Don't see anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything nearby. Definitely a big reason why I usually use netherrack for this, because it's plentiful. And giant lava lake. Seriously, giant lava. Wow, that is definitely spacious. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'll probably use like a stack and a half here. But again, it does seem like it's continuing. We'll see how big this lake is. Is that lava or... No, that's lava. It almost looked like that was a fortress. A little bit of crimson. Is that crimson? Let me double check. So I can probably find something that's in the recipe book that will tell me. Okay, so yeah, crimson and... Okay, so that is a crimson biome. Alright. Yeah, because the only big thing out of these are pretty much getting the wood and then the lights themselves from the trees. And that's pretty much it. I guess vine collection would be fine too. So you could probably grab that stuff and then use it for like build designs or whatever. Yeah, still not seeing anything. It's definitely going to be nice to get out of the nether. So I've only gone, what, 600 blocks? Yeah. And travel isn't too bad. Yeah, just not seeing much of anything. Yeah, sometimes the placement can be a little finicky, especially if you're doing it at an angle like that. I pretty much got to cut through a tree here. What am I doing? That's why I have an axe. Whew. That was because of the tree. I thought that was another tunnel. It's like, ugh. No, I saw that though. Okay. Gotta be careful. Alright. Yeah, just keep on going in this direction. Don't need the quartz, so I'll just leave it. If it is in the path, then I'll grab it, obviously. Okay, a little bit of an opening. Don't need that, so I can stay. Nothing over here. Would it be cool if we had something that could go through this stuff? Shears, maybe? Could probably try it. Alright, pretty much not much going on right here. I'm not seeing anything. Kind of like an alcove right here, I guess. Okay, 1,300 blocks. Alright. Let's wait for the tooltip to disappear. Alright, wrong one. Okay, I could probably deposit these because I don't need them. Take that out because I don't need it. Grab these because I don't need them. Yeah, some of this stuff is pretty much just junk. I don't mind getting it. Some of it's definitely good for like aesthetic builds or whatever. Kind of like if you're trying to make a room look cozy or whatever. Yeah, it'd be fine, but it's pretty much just stuff I don't need right now. Would be a bad idea too. You can probably build a house and have like a greenhouse attachment to it or something. It's definitely something you can always think of. Many of these materials. I'll finally get going here. A little bit of a tunnel, but I'm pretty much a dead end right there. Alright, good pace going on. Not running into any issues, which is good. Biggest issue is just having something pop up underneath that I just happen to overlook. because I don't want that to happen. It'll definitely mess me up here. So I have had a couple of instances where I've like fallen through and then landed in lava, and because I was, you know, strip mining at the time, or traveling like this, where I'd pick like a direction in the nether and just travel. Pretty much falling in the lava and not being able to get that out. And losing quite a bit of stuff too, because I, you know, at this point I'm like traveling back to where I'm going. So I have like not only tools that I'm using, like pickaxes and axes and whatnot, but yeah, pretty much gathered materials too. So yeah, I've had my fair share of. All right, I'm probably just gonna quit for a week, sort of thing. So yeah. So I remember this one time where I was traveling through like this, and I was, you know, going at a pretty good pace, and I didn't pay attention to the floor. And there was a hole. It was a 1x1 empty block, and it pretty much went straight down in the lava. And I pretty much deleted that world because it was so frustrating. So I had a bunch of stuff on me. And I had just made, you know, like the nether gear. I had just made a pickaxe, you know, the helmet, a couple of netherite tools, and yeah, definitely a rage quit. But yeah, I did eventually come back. I think it was like a week or so. Might have been longer though too. Yeah, so I've had my fair share of rage quit moments. That's too high. I try and be mindful about it though too. So I'd imagine it would be probably entertaining, but you know, I'd imagine most people don't want to watch a streamer like myself get angry for like very little reason. Then again, there are people who probably enjoy that, but yeah, it's something I am mindful about. It's like trying not to get angry at a game that's, you know, it's clearly a game. I don't really have a reason to get angry about it. Alright, pretty much just a warped forest. Definitely making progress though. 859 blocks to go. I have plenty of netherrack for this, so yeah, should be good. Yeah, the only thing right now is pretty much just being careful of the floor. So I don't want to like accidentally go through it, even though I kind of already have like way back over there. Thankfully, there's like a very short drop. It's like a tunnel that just happened to be there already. Alright, yeah, pretty much continuation of this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do feel like I try my best, try not to get angry at these games. There are times where, you know, I do get pretty annoyed. You know, not just with this one, but, you know, many other games. Like Genshin, or Resident Evil, or what have you. And I think that's natural. And it's definitely frustrating when you're trying to do something that, you know, can potentially take a long time, and then something just happens to annoy you just right that you probably throw a controller or whatever. That I don't do, because some of this stuff is expensive. Definitely not easy to replace immediately. So that I am very mindful about. Because some of these, you know, some of the accessories are not cheap. Especially with the controllers, they're like $80 a piece. Oh, nice. More debris. Been really lucky with the debris. I don't think there'd be any. Well, it's definitely a chance of them. Definitely a chance of some more being there, but that's all right. I have a dedicated spot for this. It's more lava. Okay, so that's taken care of. Yeah, because what I've done was strip mine, but using dynamite, because debris is pretty resistant against lava and explosions. So we could safely, strip mine with TNT. And that's what I usually do with the TNT that I get. I use it for that. I could probably set up a TNT duper. Kind of set up like an auto miner. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, they have some pretty good setups for that. Haven't really tinkered too much with that, though. But that's always a possibility. I would have to gather a couple of materials, though, first. For that. Because I would have to get some slime blocks and whatnot. But it wouldn't be too hard. Because even though I'm not playing in the normal, I could always switch it because I do have some equipment. Because the looting sword would help out for drops. Yeah, I just tend not to use mobs because I don't feel like dealing with them. I know they can be a pain. It's usually easier for me to just play in passive. Because this is usually what I do anyway. Set up different farms or strip mine or explore or whatever. Yeah, so I think I'll have to remember that too, because I have wanted to make a automatic, TNT duplicator and strip mine a couple of places using that. Because it'd definitely be pretty good gathering resources. But the only thing is just getting like some of the materials beforehand. Which wouldn't be terrible. Crimson Biome and pretty much just a Soul Valley. Alright, let's see. 500 blocks to go, definitely getting there. It's only taken me 3 hours. Well, we did start at like 5,000 blocks out, and I got to what, like 22,000? Which is usually fine. Because it is one of the things I usually do on here is, pick a direction and explore. This gives you more. Yeah, because it's pretty good for, checking out terrain generation. Because that's also another thing I like to do too. Because there are some pretty crazy generations you see. Like earlier, it's like when I said amplified, it was a mountain range that like kind of got messed up because of the terrain generation. And it's pretty close to what's called amplified. It's just a... we don't see it on Bedrock, but we see that on Java. It comes with world generation. It's one of the options that we have for it. It would be cool if we had it on Bedrock, but I think it'd be a little more... You kind of need performance for that because of the terrain generation. Because it makes a really intensive generation. Because you get like mountains that are like... It's pretty much all that mountain. That's what the terrain turns into. And it's quite a bit of it. I think a good example of amplified terrain generation would be watching some of Ethos Let's Plays, because he usually does. He sets up his worlds in that generation because you get, quite a bit more resources, because it's not usually like flat biomes. They're actually like way up. So I think that would be like the best example of amplified. The only downside is that it can be pretty performance intensive depending on what you're using. I think it'd be fine with like a pretty solid computer or a PlayStation 5, but well, not the PlayStation 5. Yeah, sorry, because it's Java only. Just a tunnel, so I don't see anything. Set that here because I could probably come back later. Yeah, Java-wise, you definitely need a pretty good computer to run it. Alright, definitely plenty of skeletal remains. 379. Definitely getting closer. If we do see a portal, that'd be pretty good. I think the closest one... Yeah, the closest one would be like -5, 101, so that's pretty much what I'm aiming for. So I think... Yeah, once I hit -5, I gotta travel that way. That's where the hub is. It's like in that direction. Thankfully, I wrote down a lot of these coordinates beforehand. Definitely a pretty smart thing to do, especially if you have like some builds like a far away, or if you're trying to generate new terrain, you kind of have to travel a little bit. Depending on when you created your world too, because if you've been playing for a while, and then we just happen to get like an update or a new version, you would definitely want to have like new terrain, so you would have to travel out a bit. So definitely good to do that. Writing down the coordinates. A lot of soul sand. Just want to make sure that it's solid ground. Okay. Yeah, just wait for the tool thing to leave. Okay. Okay, pretty good. $265. Got the gold, but I don't need it. Well, I'm saying no to the quartz. Yeah, quartz is one of the things I usually use for building materials. Because one of the things I've wanted to work on is a couple of projects in the end. Because I had... this was done in the previous world. I had built a bridge from the main end island to where the end starts. I think it was about... definitely a few hundred blocks, because I had the base part of it done, and it was all made out of quartz. So there's definitely a little bit of farming involved with that. But I definitely enjoyed the project, and I would like to do that one again. Even though it required a lot of quartz, you could definitely get quite a bit if you have a pretty good pickaxe with fortune. Definitely makes it easier. And then all you need is finding quartz. And I do have some on hand, but nowhere near enough of what I need. And I have done a little bit in the end too. Just a tiny bit, not enough for like a bridge, but yeah, because what I would like to do is kind of set up like an end hub, and then have a bridge in all 4 directions, but to the point where the islands start to appear. And then from that, probably maybe like make a path, I guess. Because the elytra in the end is pretty good, but only if you have like fireworks. Because other than that, you kind of have to be really careful. You have to be really careful in the end. But I already did get an elytra. I think I got pretty lucky with the one I got, because the end city was actually pretty close to the direction of where I went to. It was only, I think it was only a couple hundred blocks out, and there just happened to be a boat right there. And I was able to get the elytra for this world. And a couple of the other, a few of the other end cities were, there was one that was actually quite large. It had a few buildings to it, and it had some good loot in that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything over here. Definitely getting closer to the spawn here. So we should be able to start seeing stuff here. Would be nice. I think about 100 blocks to my left, I guess. Yeah, it'll definitely be a good sign if I start seeing torches, because there are a couple of places where I have done a little bit of exploring. I don't see any around here, so I probably didn't go in this direction. So I think I was going in the negative x-axis and positive z. Because that the other portal that's like 20,000 something out, it's positive z. It's like positive 22,000 out that way. Where this one was a positive x-axis, so it was a different direction. But I already have another path for that. So I was doing a lot of the traveling in another. Well, I did some traveling in the overworld, but I linked up with the overworld in another. Alright, so pretty much where I need to go. I just need to go this way now. So, let's go this way. Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking for positive 101 in this direction. So about 170 blocks. A little bit of traveling. Not too bad. In the nether, it's pretty quick. The only thing I just have to keep out for is the terrain. And that's all. Yeah, we'll pop up like pretty close to where I have it. And I think, what's the height for it? 86. So the hub itself is going to be up a little bit too. So this might be pretty close to the staircase. Or one of the staircases that I have for this. But I guess we'll see in a bit here. Because we're just about there. Let's see where it is. Just a little bit more. That was a goofy lava placement. What is going on there? I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's where I am. Alright, yeah, I know where I am. Yeah, that's a staircase where I get the ancient debris. Oh, cool. So I will actually do this. I will leave... There we go. That way I can see it. Sweet, so I finally made it. Been so long. That's the old path. I had put in a new one because I wanted to have the staircase. I had to put in a staircase because it was much more convenient. Because I put it like way down near the bedrock. Pretty basic one. I just set up a section here. Alright, I deposit some of this stuff here. Yeah, I've already done a fair amount here. Right, so that's full. Where is... Yeah, so I already got a bunch of quartz already. Where's this soul sand so I can put that where it goes? Oh, there's some right here. Yeah, so I did already have debris, but it is nice that we actually found some. Definitely makes it easier. Yeah, because what I had planned here was pretty much setting up a... Pretty much just having enough chests here, because of all the stuff I'm usually doing. Just moving like back and forth between the overworld and the nether. Alright, I gotta figure out where my toolbox is. I think it's in the overworld. Yeah, so I definitely have some things I can toss in there. Same with the bed too. Alright, so we'll take the portal here. Wow, game, thank you. Yeah, so this will bring me to the overworld. Not where I wanted to have the portal because from what I've seen, they've yet to... It's a little bit different with Java. With Bedrock, there are still a couple of issues when it comes to linking up portals between the overworld and Nether. For some reason, it's like still off. I did try and link up a portal with the one I have in my spawn. I do have one there, but for some reason when I come back through the portal, I pop up right here. So I just set up this little spot here, just so I know where it is. But yeah, with Java, you could be like really precise. I think it's almost to the block, like that precise, compared to Bedrock when it comes to the nether portals. And that right there is definitely one of the more annoying things that I've noticed with Bedrock. It's like, it is fine, it is pretty close, but it's that portal thing. You kind of... way too much leeway when it comes to linking up portals. Because you could place one that you would think it would be in the right spot, but it would be like 50 blocks somewhere else, or 100 blocks in a different direction. And it's really annoying, especially if you're trying to get one like in a really specific spot. And then when you pop back through, another portal pops up, and it kind of messes up the whole thing. So, yeah, it can definitely be annoying. Oh, I don't need the stairs here anymore. Oh, I just remembered I set up the drop. Yeah, so I can just hop down. Oh no. Why was this iced? What? Oh, wow. Why was there ice there? Oh man, that's unfortunate. Okay. That was not supposed to be like that. Hold on. Just give me a second. I have a very short window for this, so I gotta close that. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. There was supposed to be torches at the bottom of that, and for some reason they were gone. Because there was supposed to be water there. So I need... Oh, where is that portal? So starting villa, where I was at was... negative 332,930, so that's where I have to go. So I gotta hoof it. I got like 5 minutes to get there because of the drop. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Hopefully I could get there before my stuff gets deleted. Because I had this happen before. I was trying to build a... I was trying to build an elevator. And I had gotten stuck, and I suffocated. And because I had a bunch of good stuff on, I lost it all because I was pretty much stuck in a death loop. And because I was stuck there, all the stuff disappeared because we only have like 5 minutes to pick it back up. So I gotta get to -332,930. So hopefully I could get there fast enough. That is really unfortunate. And I think what I gotta do... Hopefully this hurries up here. We don't exactly have a lot of time with this. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating. Because I had some pretty good equipment, and I don't exactly want to lose it. So I got to travel about 1,000 blocks this way, pretty much. Which is really dumb. And then I need -332, so I got to go this way. Oh, come on. Yeah, of course, then we got lag, too. Yeah, because with this, how I had done with this world, I pretty much traveled in a direction and I just happened to find a village that was like somewhat close by. But hopefully we can get there. I got like 5 minutes, so I gotta pretty much go. Yeah, that was really unfortunate too because of I just dropped and there wasn't like any chance to get anything. It's just so dumb. Yeah, and I pretty much just got there too, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so definitely, the ice is definitely going to help because we can go fast. It's going to be a little harder to see though, that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to go in this direction here. Yeah, because I got to go at the bottom here. I'm going to have to go the other way though, which is really annoying. I'm definitely going to be cutting it close. Hopefully, all I really want are my netherite tools. I don't really care about anything else. The tools are the biggest thing. And I'm in a ravine that's not going to be helpful. That's really annoying. Yeah, so definitely one of the downsides to this. Especially when you don't have a bed set up already. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Alright, so we're getting close. This is the... It opens up into like a somewhat plains. I'm just gonna go this way here. Gotta go. Yeah, it's gonna be on the other side of these trees. Because I also built, where that entrance was, it was on the side of a mountain over here. It would have been really cool if that didn't happen. Hello, black sheep. Alright, should be... Okay, 301 blocks. Okay. Okay, we definitely should be seeing the village here. Okay, so that's the village. I gotta head this way. I gotta hoof it, because I'm probably 2 minutes out. Thankfully, we're in this mode here, so I don't have to worry about mobs or hunger. Yeah, so I gotta take the other route. hoping the water is still set up. I really hope it is. It's going to be unfortunate if it isn't. Because I had it set up so that I went down some stairs and then I hopped down this little water thing. Think of it like an artificial waterfall. I'm going to have to check the bottom of that, because that is supposed to be like torched up, because it is part of a frozen biome. God, that is just so annoying. Really hope everything's still down here. I gotta find this phone, because that's fine. I gotta go. Oh, alright. Okay, well, that was... that's kind of annoying. Crap. Can't exactly save and quit because of that.